Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. You may be seated.
Good morning, Mariners.
Coming up,
An update from Coach Walker on yo-yos,
8th grade field trip.
an announcement from PBIS.
What's on our menu at Champs Cafe?
And finally, at the end of our broadcast, our Riptide Trivia Question of the Day.
I'm Gabby.
And I'm Layla. This and so much more. Riptide starts now.
This is your daily broadcast, Reinvented, informing you on the latest things happening around campus, providing you with sport updates, the daily weather forecast, and showing you the mighty Mariner way. Mariner Studios presents Riptide.
Mariners, today is Wednesday, February 26th.
We have a brief announcement from Mr. Wilton.
Good morning, Mariners. I want to take a moment to address you regarding the incidents that happened yesterday. Then I want to go over with you our expectations and how meeting those expectations are, what that means for you, and if you don't meet those expectations, what that means as well. So I want to be really clear on the expectations. So yesterday's event was simply, there was rumors of a potential fight happening, and a very large group of students got involved, caused a major disruption on campus, and as a result, of course, then we canceled Friday's PBIS event, and we canceled phones in the cafeteria going forward until we're ready to bring that back on. So here's the expectation. Students, if you hear that there's going to be a conflict or a fight, or you see that about to happen, there are two things you need to do. One, you tell the nearest adult. You just walk up to the nearest adult, tell them what it is that you heard. Number two, you go to class. That's it. That is the extent of your involvement. You tell an adult and you go to class. So if you hear that there's going to be a fight, you see something that doesn't look right, you walk to the nearest adult. You do not need to go to the office or anything like that. You go to the nearest adult. It is then the adult's responsibility to report what it is that you told them. So again, there are two things you do. If you hear or see there's going to be a fight or something along those lines, you tell an adult and you go to class. What you don't do, you do not talk to your peers about what's happening. One, you do not spread a rumor. You don't need to tell anyone else. You're telling an adult and you're going to class. Number two, you do not go to the place where you hear there's going to be a fight. It's absolutely inappropriate. It causes a huge issue when you do that on campus. It causes a major disruption. So you do not do that. So if you hear there's going to be a fight, you tell an adult, you go to class, you don't talk to other students, you do not put it on social media, and you do not go to where that event is. I think that's pretty straightforward. That's the expectation that we have of you. The reason that's important for you is you need to know that responsible behavior is tied directly to freedom and to opportunity. What we as adults need to see is that you can manage your own behavior. We have no interest in attempting to manage your behavior. What we want to see is that you are mature enough that you can manage your own behavior, and that includes the words that come out of your mouth, so that we don't have to. If you cannot demonstrate that, then that means it's not safe for us to do major events, like dances, like field trips, like PBIS events and activities after school. So I want you to know that freedom and responsible behavior is directly tied to opportunities for you to do things and for freedom. So guys, our event, the way that we want to see this go, we want to do those events. We want field trips. We've added a lot of field trips since I've been here. And so that, I just want you to know the administrative team is very much pro those things. But we will not do those if it's not safe to do them. So what we need to see from you is that you're focused on what it is that you need to do. You're responsible. Lastly, what I would say is, remember, you're responsible for what comes out of your mouth and what you do. You are not responsible for what anybody else does or says. And it's your response. If you respond inappropriately to what somebody else does, you're held accountable for that. So just make sure that you are doing the right thing, that you're the best you that you can be. And by doing that, not only you demonstrate that you're mature, that you're moving towards adulthood, but you also earn for yourself and for your classmates some additional freedoms and activities. So, thank you very much for your time, students. Back to the rest of the broadcast.
Mariner Nation, our PBIS event on Friday is canceled due to behavior yesterday during the transition between 5th and 6th period.
Yo-yos are here. If you have money to purchase your yo-yo, Coach Walker will be selling them in the B-Pod walkway leading towards E-Building this week from Monday through Thursday. If you purchase your yo-yo and have it out on school campus, any teacher or adult has the right to take it away. If you would like an order form, they are available in the gym on the front of the stage.
Attention 8th graders, next week, Monday, March 2nd through Thursday, March 5th, is the final collection period of the 8th grade field trip to Universal Studios on May 18th. Collection will take place in the Media Center from 8:45 to 9:10. All balances must be paid in full by Thursday, March 6th.
Mariners, today for lunch we will be having vegetarian chili, and tomorrow we will be having grilled cheese sandwiches.
Now for Riptide Trivia. Yesterday's trivia answer was 8 hours and 15 minutes. Today's question is, what was the first cell phone to come out?
That's all for this edition of Riptide. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
I'm Layla,
And I'm Gabby.
and thanks for watching Riptide. See ya!